So how would you feel if you had met with somebody?
Well, so, you know, I don't know what it is, but you people off these sites, and I'm not, like I said, before I get into this, I'm not addressing anybody on my subscribers, but these people off these sites that me and my wife have put on these profiles, and these so-called people that text us, we give you a fair opportunity. We tell you what we're looking for, and y'all always act like something out of a scripted movie. Everything to you is a joke. Everything you is obviously funny. I'm not saying you ain't who you are, but you know what's fake is your attitudes. And nobody within any miles or any range of any location is going to take any of y'all serious. Y'all are what needs to be dealt with, needs to be taken down. And anybody that's seen my videos or my wife's videos here, we put stuff out here for fun. And sometimes it could be for other reasons. But, I try to have a good time. Try to, people always wonder why I can't be nice. Well, because nobody won't let me. So, I already blistered Jen's ass once this morning. So, if there's any of you butthurt women on here from one of these sites that have seen some of my profiles that me and my wife put out there, what else to tell you? We ain't scared of you. We ain't running. If anybody's running, it's you guys. You guys won't even travel no further in your bathroom or your mailbox. So who's talking? What are you going to do? Go where the next neighbor's yard? Crimea River, tears, people. Like I said, not fazed by you one bit. You're not standing here in front of me. If you was, you'd be running for the hills. And I'm not going to sit here and let nobody discourage me or my wife or anybody else from making a video. Because everybody like y'all got y'all's tricks and y'all's little things y'all do. But you know what? The real people in the world ain't going to fall for anything. So, what in the world? Oh, okay. All right. I just kept hearing that thing go off. But, we're not going to back down. Like I said, y'all do that stuff behind the screen. I'm out here on live video. And if you were actually up here in front of me, y'all wouldn't like what I had to say to you anyway. It's going to be the same thing. And like I said, y'all just a bunch of lazy cowards. And they're fake. As all get out. Y'all say you want something, but you don't want to go out there and put even a little bit of even a smallest of anything, of any, way to go about it. You don't consider other people and how we're feeling, how we are on a daily basis. Y'all don't live here in Decatur, Tennessee. If y'all did, you'd have more respect. Because we don't have all the attractions and all the beaches and clubs and bars and all them things up here where we're at. Now they might in some of them other bigger portions of Tennessee, but where we're at, it's nice, peaceful, quiet, hardly any noise whatsoever. So, y'all are just wasting your time, wasting your breath. There's no call for any of it. Y'all came to us. Y'all are a lot of the ones that's on them sites. A lot of times all I do is check it. But, had a couple of these, just playing around like on all them other ones. I don't know what you need a card so bad, go get you one. You got money? Goddamn, I just got through paying off my phone bill today with my debit card. I ain't gonna show it on here and I ain't gonna tell you what it is. But my God, if you need a gift card, go get one. My goodness, y'all live in other places out there in the world, out here in the United States, all over this country. Y'all probably have more people and more of a population out there. I don't see why one of y'all couldn't go out there and get what you needed to get, what you want. You know why it won't happen? Because y'all are too lazy to get up off your butt and you're too lazy to go even a mile. You're afraid that you're gonna be seen out in public. I guess you must not. Either you got some kind of issue. Maybe you done something against the law or something. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with you. Stuff that you're not talking about or something. But me and my wife, we just offered an offer. But as this video, while my wife's sitting right here, we're not entertaining it. She's already told me she don't want to have to entertain anything off the internet anymore. We said plainly that we're gonna let it come to us the hard way and the right way. If it don't come to us, we do not, and we're not answering no more texts, no more phone calls, okay? Because we got to draw a line here at some point with this thing, Yes, the offer's still here, but if there was anybody within 5 or 10 miles of here, Decatur, Tennessee, they would show up. But we've got out today, for example. Where did we go? I went to the barber shop, got me a haircut. You can see my haircut. Went and got mine and her check cash. Went to back to the pig, got a few groceries, and got a couple things at the store. Played a little bit on that machine.
Yeah, I got you 2 pretty balls.
Got her a couple of them balls out there.
And they're really pretty.
And wanted to get a few more I've seen, but some of them I couldn't get. I want to get.
Can you try to make that unicorn?
I don't know, baby. It just depends on how that thing does. I don't know. But no, we're not, nobody off the internet. I don't care if they say they're from Tennessee. And if you can't see them within, if we can't see the person within our reach, then there's no reason to go any further. Because we already know your tricks. Y'all's little scam thing ain't gonna work. We don't have time for that. And so, the best thing we can do is ignore you, not text you back nothing. You let your fingers rot off. I done blistered you good this morning, so I know your butt's hurting.
Did you show me your baseballs I bought you the other day, honey? Did you show me your pretty baseballs I bought you?
Well, I showed them one. I don't know about the other.
What one did you show? The big one or the small one?
I don't think I showed the small one.
That's the smallest one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the smallest.
She got me one of these other balls. I had the other one. She got me these the other day,
They're only $2.
but my wife did. But anyway, yeah, we don't. We're not fazed by this mess. I mean, we just got to move on with doing it out here. It's where we're home. We got one chance at something, but it wasn't quite what you drew up. As we said, we talk about it a lot, but it's all we've got to go on. You know, so it's part of our history here. So, you know, and if up there in them apartments don't like it, if they got on here, I don't care what they hear or what they see. It's the facts are facts. The only reason anybody won't be friends with that crack whore is because of her looks. What other fucking reason would there be? She has nothing. As of when I last laid my eyes on her, she didn't have anything. We had more than she did. And we had a place. She never had a place except for her parents, which are elderly, and they can't take a lot of her bullshit, you know? And it's, you know, the reason y'all didn't want to come down here is because we were down here, let's face it. Y'all, she tried to tell you some stuff about us and y'all blew us off. Well, that's why I was trying to tell her I didn't want to get to know you, because I wasn't interested in that. I can't necessarily say I could say maybe my wife might have been a little bit more curious, but, you know, as long as I had, you know, before I knew she's going to put us through all that mess, you know, as long as I had that and sitting over here with us, I didn't care what y'all were doing, basically. I mean, she's the one that wanted to tell you about us. It wasn't us. You know, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have never told her to tell you anything. She tries to fit people in her circle and make everybody like the way she does things. The way that she did things is not the way you do it if you're looking from the right. If you're looking for the right way to do things, you don't do things that she does and make excuses for it. I mean, you have more people out there like that, but she'll have to learn a lesson. If she can't do it the easy way, she'll have to do it the hard way. That's the only way that people, most of them, learn. So, you know, we got ourselves in a mess there a little bit, but, you know, we'll pick ourselves back up and learn from it. You know, we should have done things that we like we said before. There was things that we wasn't done. If there was protocols followed and things went over, like I said, I could have done a few things differently, but there wasn't things. You know, we just kind of rushed it, and because, you know, you kind of want to believe some of these things, some of these people out here are saying. Like I said, you can sit there and say what you want, but a homeless person wouldn't have people around them that much. A homeless person might be lucky if they had a stray dog. You know, I would think they don't have a phone. They don't have. I wouldn't think they already have anything. You know, they probably have some clothes, of course, some kind of clothes. But, you know, because if somebody had a phone, I would think they'd have to have some way to pay for it. You know, but, you know, and it's hard getting out there and actually, and I'm sure it don't happen as much today because of all the scary virus stuff. I don't know. I'm not been out to see anybody sitting on the side of the roads begging for money or nothing. But, you know, I used to sit sometimes in Athens we go over there. And he used to be this guy, my grandmother tip him a little bit of a dinner and some stuff, go over and see him and his dog. But, you know, I don't believe that a lot of these people are homeless, especially this one we dealt with. The thing that made her look homeless is because she didn't try. She didn't try to go out there and get a job. She could have had a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, what she was worried about, I can tell you without having to ask her or without my wife having to answer. I can tell you right now, the only reason she didn't get a job because she's worried about who's going to watch these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to watch those little kids and little brats while she's over at work? Well, let me tell you something, stupid whore. I'm telling you, simple. That damn man that had your fucking kids start with, at least one of them,
Yeah, the other one
he had
fat.
he had a good job. You didn't have to be his friend. Like I said, it's simple.
He didn't want to be
All you had to do was just. I don't know what he wanted, but I'm not going to sit there and debate it because I don't know. But I'm just saying, he wanted something, or he wouldn't have came over here. Like I said, if
You know, he came over because
a feller,
her daughter had bruises on her.
if a feller, look,
Zoe told me that you bruised her. That's why. He came over
look,
here.
honey, look. These people do not, like I said, I'm not here to talk about, you know, what was said outside. If anybody done any such thing, the only thing I did that night was try to keep my wife from going out there and getting out there in that mess. Because she was kind of trying to instigate stuff and everybody was hollering back and forth. But no, them kids, the only thing wrong with any of them was the smallest. You know, whining about wanting to go see daddy. Well, ain't your mama's fault. Like I said, she could have had that stuff arranged long before she ever came over here and met us. Yeah, if anybody done anything to any of them kids, them police officers would have took her in. I kicked her ass out because, and I had my wife do it, because I said it's better for her to do it than me.
Yeah.
Because if I do it, I'm going to say something even worse, and so help me, if she'd tried to flog me, I'd come at her. Because I don't put up with it, and I know because I about seen her do it up here one particular night, and luckily for her, she decided to take her ball and go home for the night. And I didn't even ask her to come back. She wanted to come back. We put her stuff out on the porch. And so, I mean, you know, I was assuming we was done because I knew I couldn't take any more. But then, I want to come back and, you know, and all that. So it just, like I said, we just should have said no, you know. But, you know, I guess when you don't get a lot of opportunities at people and you don't get a lot of attention sometimes, or you don't feel like, you know, and when these things come up, even though it didn't turn out quite the way, you know, that, you know, we wanted it to turn out. Well, like I said, large part of it's just due to things she neglects herself, and she don't take responsibility for them. But a lot of people's like that out here. I'm sure I can find a few more. But, you know, we just got to tighten up her ship. But, yeah, she probably says a lot of things about me behind my back and talks about me. But, you know, her kids were nothing but pretty good. I mean, only thing was when they run and jump in the house and trying to, you know, and doing all that screaming. And of course, a lot of times I just get my ass up and go on in the bathroom and do something. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to listen to all that. There's no fun in that. Well, Derek, didn't you do that when you was a kid? I tell you something. One time I did run in the house, and one too many times I got my toe stumped over here. So it's gonna be stumped for the rest of its life. So it ain't growing back. So, like I said, I'm not gonna say, but I didn't scream in the house. You know, I might have at one time. I can remember a couple times when Granny was in her room and Papa was in the living room or whatever. I might get up during commercial break, throw a ball up there, catch it a little bit, throw it, a little bit. Not nothing hard, but just something easy. Why commercial? I used to be a lot more. Pretty well still a kid then. So like I said, but no, it's just no. I mean, it goes to without saying though. People. I mean, I can recall one particular time that with the cop out there that night. The cop out here, she like I said, yelling through the door saying West drama and all that stuff. All I was trying to do is set her straight. She brought all that up, about her being a crack whore and on them drugs. And so I was trying to get to the bottom of it, just like anybody would. And I'm like, well, do you, because for me, I want to make sure they ain't going to not take any responsibility for it. And then, because I felt the reason she brought it up, she wanted us to feel sorry for her and she wanted us to have some type of pity for her. Well, and it's one of them cases where I think ahead. And I said, hey, does this person really regret doing that? Because if I turn my back at any time, my mind was thinking, if I turn my back at any time, this person might just decide to get up and walk out. Maybe that's what's running through her mind. Because sometimes she would say, well, y'all are kind of keeping me straight. Y'all are kind of keeping me, well, Lord, nothing wouldn't stop. Not less fair physically done it, but she walked right out the door and you never hear from her again. And then feller just nobody wouldn't ask no questions except maybe some in my fire. But like I said, my wife was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yep, I sure was.
And like I said, she could be saying a whole bunch of shit that could be. But if anybody believed her or had any evidence of anything that she's going around saying about me, if it was anything to do with hurting any of her kids or saying anything, I dealt with her the whole time. As a matter of fact, the night the cops were up here that night and they can vouch for me, those kids was nowhere to be seen. She was sitting over here and doodling on her phone. She went and got my wife that night. I can recall this pretty easy. She went and got my wife to come in there and tell me what she's going to do. And I was in the bathroom doing something. I don't remember now. But she come in there and told me what was going to happen, what she wanted to do. And I said, why wouldn't you just call them on the phone or something? Go outside. You could go for a walk if you wanted to. Just come back. What? Or something. It's not like I want to hear that other idiot on the other end. I mean, she had that part right. But, to make it look like, you're just going to go over and then, stay 2 or 3 nights. What are you going to stay 2 or 3 nights for? Like I said, the only obligation that he has to her or she had to him was the fact that she had one of them kids with him. So you don't have to be friends. My dad was never friends with my mama, but he would occasionally, because of his kids and stuff, if she asked him to do a little something, he would keep peace, is what he would say. You know? And I remember one time he told me, I think it was that night, she threw a big fit over in at Harrison Bay over there. She threw a big old fit, and I think it was that night, or it might have been another time. I don't remember. One night he went and got her. It's something normally he don't do, but to keep her quiet, he went and got her a little old case of beer or something. I remember he told me one time. I don't remember. Like I said, it's been so many times that she's done one of her stunts. You wouldn't have no fingers left time you got through. But you know, it's just like I say. I'm sure, like I said, they've still been aggravating us here since she left a little bit. Not me necessarily, but every once in a while they'll try to flip the bird or something. It's just something stupid. I just laugh at it, go on, you know. I mean, now, like I said, if it was somebody trying to get up my face, then I'll take it. You know what I mean? But they're just mad because I was able to figure this whole thing out. And that I was the one that, you know, my wife, you know, because like I said, it was something she never really dealt with. And on the same side, I hadn't either. So I bent one time for her, gave her a second try. And I even told her when she first started bringing up about the drug abuse and all the other crap that she's doing to herself, I said, now, you know, I'm going to tell you this. I ain't never dealt with nobody like this before. I said, so you know, and I was warning her then, she's treading on thin ice. Because the first screw up that I saw, I was going to be done. And what really nails it for me, one of the things, was that this person had basically took and kept bringing this stuff up. Like I said, you'd be done with it in 5 minutes, and she'd have her moments where that's only, like I said, it's the only time we could do anything with her. And it's the only time she wanted you to even come close to her. She said, this is somebody now that wanted to come to your house or your apartment, as this would be, and they would say, Derek, you know, you know what, you know, anybody else other than me and my wife, what's she doing over here? You know, well, after seeing what she done, you know, I'm wondering the same thing. You know, because same time as, like I said, we wanted to believe that. You know, she was telling us the truth, but, you know, unfortunately, she just didn't have it to do. I mean, I know everything was a lie, but a lot of this stuff was just stuff that she either did to herself and wanted you to have pity for her. And she's not going to tell you this because she don't have the guts to. But it's exactly what it was. And you can't help but squalling, crying, adult here. It's hard enough trying to do that with a child. So, you know, imagine a 30-year-old still crying over spilt milk she'd already caused and done to herself. Nobody made her do that. She made these choices. So that's why I was saying earlier. That's why, I was going to say, yeah, she kept going on about that stuff. So I was letting her know, I said, you know, never dealt with you. Anybody like you before. So I was telling her things she needed to do and things that need to be done, you know, to help me and my wife feel better, make her feel better about, you know, what she had. She didn't have to do anything. I mean, for all intents and purposes, that night that my wife came up here with her, I didn't, you know, she could have just changed her mind. Even if I said yes, and even though if I hesitated And I didn't, because I didn't know her. You know, I didn't know who she was. I don't even think my wife hardly knew her at all. I can tell you, if I knowed half of what I know right now, I wouldn't have took this thing on. And she's just somebody. She's one of them, like I said, she wants attention. She wants attention on her. And, you know, so it reminds me of one of these celebrities out here on one of these music videos or something, halfway dressed, and just wants to be looked at, obviously. She ought to be pampered by girls up there in them apartments. I'm surprised that landlord ain't come and thrown her ass out. I would have already. Because the only thing I did to them kids, and I'll tell you this, the only thing I ever did to them kids is tried to talk to them, tried to love on them. At night, you know, give them a kiss on the head or something at night, even though they wasn't my kids. You know, tried to be nice. And even the 8-year-old liked me. The one that liked me the most is the oldest.
Jalen.
And Jay Lee, I think.
Jalen.
Jay Lee.
Oh, Jalen, yeah.
But,
keep calling her.
well, there's a guy named Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There's a wrestler named Jerry Lynn. I don't know. Kind of,
Man,
you know.
not my mom.
But, anyway, yeah, we tried to do a lot, you know, to help, you know, but we just couldn't because we were boxed in. We'd have had to move. We couldn't have stayed here. And even if she came back in them 2 nights, if I didn't do what I did and made the decision I made, you know, at the time, my wife was not really sure about the whole thing. When she looked back at it and she had a lot of time to think about it, it's not the worst thing to have happen. Yes, I've said this before on video. I've never seen somebody make me so bored, especially when you talk about a woman. When a woman makes me bored or any guy bored, you know something's wrong. You know there has to be something wrong. Because it's just, like I said, it's just not no fun watching them same old movies on TV.
Nope.
I could go on and on and on.
Yep.
And it's just, and we gave in. Like I said, we tried to give in and watch it somewhat, and then tried to watch some of these. And like I said, it's just sci-fi fiction stuff or just odd junk. It ain't even nothing that looks even legitimately like it even tried to do it. It looks like it's all pretty much computer stuff, CGI stuff that they do. How they do that, I don't know. But, you know, but like I said, it's just a lot of that stuff happened with that up here. And like I said, it's just, in 2 or 3 weeks, I learned, I learned why you can't just, you know, you can't just be as nice as you want to be to somebody until you really, you know, like I told my wife, we don't have to be like a tortoise and not give them anything up in here. But the worst thing you want to do is start having somebody else stay nights, or, you know, maybe Fair could be nice and say, hey, maybe we could do one night. You know, and if they had a place or something, go over and do their place for a time or 2. You know, maybe they don't rent, you know. Whereas we rent, so they have to kind of be self-conscious of that stuff. But, you know, I definitely would like to see if it ever happened anymore. Like I said, I'd like to see a few things, you know, at least improved on some level. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to be perfect. I don't expect nobody to have $1 million laying around. But, you know, the main thing that gets me is they'll try to, you know, say or do whatever it is that they'll, you know, because I mean, like I said, you let somebody in and you're just probably, you know, most likely in most cases you ask them for trouble. Like I said, this was close to home, so I guess that's why, you know, we didn't really think that much about it. you know, if it'd been some goofball off the internet, you know, like we started this video out on, you know, then there you go. I mean, because you can't trust them with nothing. I mean, I've seen too many of them go coming and going. But no, I tried, you know, the only thing, like I said, the kids heard me get a little loud and cuss her a little bit, and I cussed that now a little bit. You know, just, I was fed up with the whole thing. Because if Susan wasn't bad enough, yeah, his 3-year-old didn't know what she wanted. She didn't even want to be here. I mean, the 8-year-old would have been fine here. She probably would have been all right. If her, you know, like I said, you know, she probably wouldn't cared. I mean, she's trying to show me how to play her games and different things, you know, off that thing she had. But and like I said, she valued the most out of me and my wife both, and you know, it was just something that, you know, you couldn't take up for one, and you know, you couldn't do it without that full support. I mean, you just couldn't, you know. The mom, you know, being the wreck that she is, you know, she'll realize, and I won't have to hear it, but one of these days somebody will come back and say, you know, that woman that y'all used to know or y'all used to hang around, because, you know, word gets around this little small town pretty quick. Well, you know, she's doing this or doing that. Well, I hope she's doing something positive for herself for change. I know I hadn't really seen her since or heard of her a whole lot.
She's up there.
But, you know, well, I mean, of course, I mean, like I said, when, you know, the people that, the 4 or 5 people that she bragged about the most is probably the only people that will support this lazy, sleazy whore. And that's gonna be it. I mean, she basically, she tries to run you over. She tries to run them up. The only reason she's still up there at all is seeing it because they'll let her do that. They'll sit there and they'll baby her. They'll cry with her. They'll, you know, I'm one of them people that unless I really feel emotional, which I don't like seeing other women cry. Don't get me wrong, but crying over spilt milk, you know. Crying over something you done put yourself through, you done been through it, you done told us about it, you beat it till you beat a dead horse. It's my dad always hated when somebody kept doing the same things over and over. And I don't take very long. I have, like I said, I have a short fuse myself, you know, on people doing that. So, yeah, I get a little loud and I get right and everything else, and they don't like it. But, you know, my wife, I can understand at the time, she, you know, was like, you know, this is our only opportunity, y'all stop it, you know. But, I mean, what was I going to do? I mean, my hands was tied. I was either having to get up every time I turn around, either getting up and going in the bathroom so I didn't make things worse. Some of the times that's what I did. Instead of just sitting here trying to reason with her why I felt the way I felt. She wasn't listening to me. She's only doing things she wanted to do. As long as she, and like I said, it almost kind of reminds me, you know, what my family did to me all those years. You know, as long as it's something they want to do, and they get their way with it, then they're fine. But the minute you want to throw a curveball in there, they're like, nah, I'm over here doing this, doing that. It's like I said, a lot of people say shit about me, but it's not anything true. It's just something that they're blowing a gasket about because they hate my guts because I tell them the truth and they hate it. And I won't change. I won't mold into this 21st century bullcrap that everybody wants you to mold into, like a lot of them off the internet. You're fine. So I'm just, like I said, you know, the internet is just about as bad as just anybody could be out in your local neighborhood. But at least in the local neighborhood, you at least get to see the person. Whether they turn out good or bad, that's up to them. But I'd like to think that there could be a positive in all this, and that one of these days we get a second chance. But somebody that actually wants it. Somebody that's actually looking for something for real, and wants the most that you can get out of it. Somebody with a good heart, and if they got a stable mind, not all like this last one we dealt with, but and just all around. Can laugh, cut up. Like I said, kids, it just depends. But if you ask me, since we've been through what we've been through, I'd probably prefer it with probably no kids. At least you get the whole experience to yourself, unless they're just too busy doodling. And in that sense, if it appears to be that bad, and it's something that if me and my wife don't feel it's any good, then can't keep offering, can't keep putting up with it. So I mean, it depends on the person and what they really listen to on here. I mean, some of them say I don't doubt there's probably some after I'm off. It only shows it while I'm on here live. I've only seen it one time light up at one. And hurry up and they get off. But like that doesn't count for all the views it might get after I stop. So there could be a truth to some of that, and some of these people might be on YouTube and get offended. So, it just sucks having to be the way that we have to be to, people but they live in this nutshell with this internet junk, this tech crap. I mean, one of the first questions, if I remember right, the crank car asked, "Well, where's y'all Facebook at? What do you need it for? What do you need it for when you can go out here and get somebody? When they can come to you? What do you need a Facebook for?" And that's, like I said, for some reason or another. I mean, it's because all you're doing is just stuff you could do on the phone. You could have somebody's number and text them on that. Send them pictures. You could do all that, and you can do it on Facebook and on them other sites. You can do it on the phone. You don't need a smartphone or nothing. You can have one of them like me and my wife's got, But no, I'm just going to put out a little response to all this, supposed BS that's going on my wife's phone and stuff. I'm sure somebody's getting their butt hurt and their feelings hurt, but because the fella's telling the truth, they can't do anything about it. Like I said, these people that they've been trying to get me and my wife for the longest time, trying to get us to not do anything, not be together. I know right now, I'm sure both sides of our family probably like that, but there's a chemistry here, and there's a lot there. There's, and we don't, most of the time, sometimes, like I said, some things will come up, and sometimes, we thought we lost a pacifier today. My wife found that though, but anyway, she didn't want to lose that, and I finally seen what she's talking about. But I thought like, or for the longest, I thought it was one of them. She could just put another one of them in. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same one, but Lord, she had a whole bunch of them that she bought for these balls and stuff. Of course, some of them like Gracie, I don't even think you can stick one in there. No. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. But no, like I said, it's just yeah. Do you want to get on some video? You want to do something? Oh, come on, honey. I'm gonna let her take over for us a little while. Well, well. Oh, now there. Oh, please. Oh, where am I gonna put it? Oh, no, Catherine. Oh, goodness. But, you know, yeah, I don't, a lot of times, like I say too, a lot of the comments stuff, I don't understand yous anyway, so I'm gonna let my wife kind of do a little something if she wants to. You got something you want to put on?
I just had a good day
Okay.
until I set my husband on accident.
Oh, it's all right.
Me too, baby.
Yeah, well, I thought it was just one of them things you could get a pacifier in. And I told her most likely the scenario was probably somebody would have picked it up if it had been actually on the ground. Because, a lot of times people pick up stuff right after you leave it and you drop it. But, yeah, we just thought we'd come up on out here and try this video stuff out and see if there's anybody wanted to chat or anything. If I see somebody lit up. But, we come out here every once in a while. Some of our videos are not to everybody's taste, but it's not directed to anybody on here, unless you're some of them people off one of these sites. But we try to put our stuff out there, and some of these people are just too hurt, and the butt hurts and everything else. And you just can't get on the move, can't get on the budge. So. But no, me and my wife had a unicorn offer out here. So if anybody knows anybody or has anybody that was out here in the area of Decatur, Tennessee, out 423 area code, 20s, 30s, preferably, and somebody between, slim to average body type. Any color's fine. Like I said, we just take whatever as long as it's, like I said, we're not about money. We're not about nothing like that. Whatever we got and whatever y'all got, just gonna go together. And, like I said, we can do. Like I said, if you don't have a place, we can always try to find us one. And, look around, but like I said, I don't know who all will be out here. You never know, but a lot of it's the same people. I'm sure if my wife felt something, I'm pretty sure she'd go along with her gut. But so I kind of go along with mine. I don't necessarily like to not go without where my gut goes, but so I mean, I've just not felt led yet, and nobody I've seen really sticks out enough to kind of let you know that might be something. Because like I said, a lot of times you can't get hardly anybody other than co-workers sitting in there eating anyway, where we go. But if there's happen to be somebody out there, y'all let us know. Our numbers and stuff's out there and where we're at and everything. So, you want to say something? Is there something you want to say?
I took Dorothy out today.
Oh, okay. Come on. She took her doll out today. You gonna show a couple of dolls?
Mm-mm.
You know? Okay. Well, then we.
So good.
Oh, okay.
You did a good either.
Well, anyway, let's see. Got all her flu shots.
Yeah, my shoulder still hurts from mine, so they said I could have slept on it long. And then I want to go to the piggy, and we got some groceries, and we played the ball game. And I want to go see my friend Christian and my friend Roger at the pharmacy. And I want to go see my friend Heather at the clinic for a little while because she want to see Dorothy.
Oh, Lordy.
And my husband is right. It's not fair. Like Nada was trying to explain to him, it's not right because that everybody's gonna think it's a gift shop. But my husband said people's
Well,
feelings are gonna get hurt.
I mean, like I said,
And he's right.
I don't know, but I just know a lot of other people that come in there probably don't get that, and it just might, especially when you're dealing with certain kids. Nobody thinks about it this way, but there's some kids that may wonder why this person's getting something and I'm not. They could be sitting there and being, like I said, I was trying to use a good thing, but Anana there kept poking the bear till she wouldn't let me get it out. And I was just trying to say, if bear, well, I got it out eventually, but I mean, she's just kind of, like I said, it's the same
Just like,
thing.
don't let it bother you.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing a lot of them say because they don't see it in the full perspective.
She was like, when my husband left, she was like, I like it. She was covering her mouth where she think my husband wouldn't hear her say it.
But if they be in these kids' shoes and they probably see some things that's happened to them, and I'm sure there's a lot worse. Yeah, they don't.
I never want to get on my husband's
They
side.
don't find anything wrong with me not getting nothing, but yet the minute she gets something, they're all happy and jumping up and down and doing jumping jacks, cartwheels, everything else.
Funny thing doing that.
And they think it's some joke or something funny, and I don't see anything funny to be laughing at. It's not like I'm saying they should just I want it. What do you want? Well, let's see. They got her a doll. They could probably swing a guy at least some cologne, some smelly stuff. Wouldn't cost them no more than that damn doll did. Goddamn. They could have done. They could have fucking went out there and got. I mean, yeah. It's not like I said. It's not like we expect. Like I said, the idea I threw up. I said, why don't for everybody's birthday? Why don't just get somebody like a small gift card or something and go out to eat on? God dang! I mean, where everybody could get a little something out of it and. So it wouldn't be so damn bad, I mean, like I said, we've already made it clear. We've decided we're just not going to fall for these things. We know these little tricks.
They called my husband.
Well, we know about it now. So if they ever try to pull it again, we ain't gonna do anything about it, Oh, they don't come home with us, and they.
No.
Don't do anything with us, and it wouldn't be fair to not only them but to everybody else that comes in there, because I don't want to have to hear it from other people stuff. So I know if everybody can't get something, it just happened to be my wife. Could have been anybody, and I can see no one person's any more special than the others.
Another said that
So
that it was okay that somebody does something special for you, and she said she understood after I explained it that my husband goes with his gut, and she said that he just cares about other people's feelings.
well, I don't take them home, but you got to put yourself in some of these other goddamn people's shoes. I mean, my God, it's like,
She said that
Jeanette
has sent her pictures.
these people would feel awful bad if somebody comes in there deathly ill and about to die on the table. What if you didn't get that person something, but then you go and get something like me or my wife something, and then everybody's like, well, my kid over here's got this, got that. And these people coming in there with all kinds of stuff. So all I can say is on that deal is if they want to ride that train, then so be it, but it's not going to be rode on our behalf. And somebody else, like I said, they can go find somebody else that irritate with. I don't want to be part of it because I don't want these. It's already bad enough. You got people in the caterers it is, doing that stuff and coming up and saying to hear this and hear that, So, it's not like she don't have enough of these things to house anyway. It's like I said, the main thing is.
But I left it also.
Well, yeah, like I said, it was a nice gesture, as I've stated before. But point being, I don't know what they get out of doing that. It really, if you look at it from that, if you get,
other people.
So nobody else is, I guess, huh? Well, that's nice. Like I said, it's nice to know that they ain't gonna sit there and, oh, Derek, you're too big. You're too. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with all these other people out there? That's what's it going to take? 10 other people is going to come up and tell your person over the head of you that you're in here.
If you want something that you have to tell them.
My wife didn't have to tell them nothing. I just said if you're going to get somebody something on their birthday, why not get everybody a little something? Get a gift card. They know when my birthday is.
Mm-hmm.
It's in their damn computer, people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to call these people and text them and take them home. They got it in that record book stuff back there. It may come off like, there's a bitter bone in me a little bit, but it, like I said, when you think about it, you got all these other people that comes in there, and you got kids, you got probably young teenagers, you got all this other stuff, and there'll be other people that thinks, the way I'm thinking on here. Maybe it didn't first occur to anybody down there at the pig, but that doesn't mean it didn't occur to some other people. Well, I ain't out here asking for any money or anybody's stuff, but at the same time, I just think if you're going to do something nice for someone, why not just wrap it all up and give everybody a gift card or something? Have say, they go out and get some Hardee's gift cards, something local or something. It don't have to be anywhere big. Or I'm sure they probably have some Applebee's or something. Applebee's over in Athens or something. Like I said, something to eat out on, an extra dinner. Probably didn't have any plans for your birthday, but then there you go. There's you. $30, $40 or whatever they put on it. You have to have at least 20 or 25 to eat. So like I said, I don't know, why they wouldn't consider something like that. That'd be more legit At least for some of the kids, if nothing else. Some of the little kids would get a kick out of something like that or something. Probably, if you, cause I mean, or at least you could, well, if it's kids, you probably buy them a little toy too or something small. Like I said, it's no worse than that $10 gift thing. I mean, if they could spend shit like what they spend over here, and it, I'd say at least, I mean, you only have so many patients. It's not like you're going to have 10,000 people. I'd say she probably does. I'd say that clinic over there probably does good to get a few hundred in there. I don't know. Well, probably not even. I'd probably say less than probably 100, somewhere around that. We'll just round that to that number. But I mean, kids. I mean, you can't take but so many. You have so many in a day to where they have time to go home and eat and all this stuff. But
Maybe next Thursday, can I go to the store?
why?
I'm gonna go to the house. Can I go to the store?
Well, I need to get Mr. Sugar's money.
Remind me today that you.
Well, oh goodness. Well, I don't have to have no haircut for a while. There's that with the cat wants to say. Okay, I think Cat's doing.
There's some sugar on me.
Okay, Cat. Okay, Cat's ready to call it off. All right.
Nobody's passing out.
No, they ain't here. Here.
Oh.
Well, anyway, we'll might throw another one back out later.